Oh my days. Some reload already on the intro tune. You know what I mean? We ain't even started the show yet. Do you know what I mean? Just playing a little, you know what? I'll just see if the man them like this tune. You know what I mean? So let's run it again. So if you just joined us, this is a little something that I did for Blackout JA. He wanted a remix of Guntown for his album. So I just had to take it back. I had to, you know what I mean?
Watch this.
Right, so let's just crack on with the show because, you know, no time to waste and all that. So we've got 10 bangers, pure bangers and mash as we do. Big ups everybody inside. Flipping, oh yeah, we've got a nice little turnout straight away. So let's do this. Man like DJ Ride always sets us off, you know what I mean? It's always man like Ride just to give us the vibe, you know what I mean? So let's do it. What's going on?
Just wait, we work hard and play smart. Lean into it, then form art. Dark nights and cold days, it's okay. We just wait, we work hard and play smart. Lean into it, then form art. Talk to me now, you're not alone. I don't mean you're being followed by a drone. Jesus loves you. Phone home, keep going, water flowing. Deep rowing against the tide. That's how we do, that's how we ride. Up front and personal, we don't hide. We just decide which way to slide. Dark nights and cold days, it's okay. We just wait, we work hard and play smart. Lean into it, then form art. Dark nights and cold days, it's okay. We just wait, we work hard and play smart. Lean into it, then form art. Talk to me now, we're getting deeper. Bass turned up, head to the speaker. When it comes to lyrics, yeah, I'm eager. I thought hard and long about a feature. In the end, I called my inner creature. Standard procedure, take me to your leader. Dream like a dreamer, I have the power to sell out the arena. Call me the believer. Dark nights and cold days, it's okay. We just wait, we work hard and play smart. Lean into it, then form art. Dark nights and cold days, it's okay. We just wait, we work hard and play smart. Lean into it, then form art. Yo, talk to me now. How can I be dark on the beat with the positive sound? We come a long way since surfing on the crowds, spitting lyrics loud. I hope we done you proud. I like for the fans, if it weren't for you, we'll be making other plans. I love what I do, I hope you do too. We've got them stuck to the rhythm like glue.
So man like Ride just sets the standard as always. You know how we do, just flipping hell, just straight in there.
Talk to me now.
So yeah, I mean, it's a nice vibe, mate, and you've smashed it in terms of mix and stuff like that. There was just that little hi-hat. This seems to be a bit piercing. I don't know, like, if it's like the headphones or just the way it's translating. I don't know.
Deep rowing,
but it's here.
Against the tide. That's how we do. That's how we ride. Up front and personal. We don't hide. We just decide.
So I mean, this is a big cut. Hang on, I've moved the wrong one there. So I've just done a cut by 5 dBs, so minus 5 dBs at about nearly 8k, 7.8, and to me that's tucked that really piercing hi-hat in on the tune.
Talk to me now, you're not alone.
So that's without, this is with it on.
Talk to me now, you're not alone. I don't mean you're being followed by a drone. Jesus loves you. Phone home, keep going.
So I bypass.
Talk to me now, you're not alone. I don't mean you're being followed by a drone. Jesus loves you. Phone home, keep.
I mean, I've overkilled it, I guess, but other than that hi-hat, it just depends on how it's going to translate across other systems. That's my only thought. You know what I mean? Because let's face it, some tweeters are really harsh and shrill, whereas others can be quite nice and, you know, plain. But yeah, for me, that's one thing that I think you should just look at, is just try and tame that hi-hat. Maybe use something like Soothe or Gulfox, anything in that nature where it's like dynamic. You know, it can kind of move with the hi-hat, because essentially you don't want to lose the tick, you know, the transient. You don't want to lose the transient from the hat, but you want to make it less brighter or less sharp. The other thing as well, and I need BX for this, is the image. See, it's cool, I like it, but it'd just be nice if you had some of the vocals, you know, like the back-ins, the one-liners, if they were stereo. They don't need to be like ridiculously stereo, but I mean, like, whenever he did like a one-liner or a little ad-lib, it's more wider than the main vocal, just so it kind of feels like a bit of ear candy.
Deep rowing against the tide. That's how we do. That's how we ride. Which way to slide? Dark nights and cold days. We just,
like, especially the hook, like, try and get the hook wider so that, you know, it just feels bigger when that part of the tune comes in. But other than that, mate, absolutely smashed it.
Deep rowing against the tide.
The bass is really nice. It's just a bit toppy. I think it's because of that hi-hat, and in places like on the hook, get the vocals wider. It'll just give you that extra bit of ear candy. But other than that, mates, big in the game, mate. So nice one, as we do. So moving on to the next. Oh yeah, by the way, that was Dark Knight by DJ Ride and Jay Banton. So big in the game. We've got Free People, Tech House, Atmos, Almost Done mix. So we're almost there, people, with this mix. So not sure who it is. If you're in the chat, then show us a sign. Oh, is it you, Mr. Ionsphere? Okay. Big in the game, mate.
future, a brighter future, rooted in democracy and principle, hope and light, freedom and possibilities. A dictator, intent on rebuilding an empire, will never erase the people's love for liberty. Brutality will never grind down the will to be free.
So there we have it, peeps. Man like fucking Ionsphere just comes in with some funky vibe. Mate, that is super clean, like really, really well put together. Like, the production, as we all know, you can write tunes, you can engineer tunes, program it, the lot. You know, the mix down as well is really, really nice on that. It's punchy, it sounds smooth. Considering as well the loudness, the overall loudness of the track as well, so it's not like it's a quiet tune, hence why it feels punchy and it's got a lot of dynamics. I mean, you are like hitting, you know, -7. You're in the area, you're in the ballpark for this type of, you know, genre, this thing. But like London's just said, come on, put us out of our misery. Please, 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 please. If you say you've made... Oh, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ, mate.
Run the track! Run the track! Run the track! Run the track!
Say no more, mate. Honestly, mate, I get music all day, every day, of different styles, different genres, from all parts of the fucking world, and it's like... You know, we're talking tunes that have been mixed at big ass multi-million-pound studios. I just need to just turn up the tune, done, there you go. And it's like, this tune is like, it's so sick in terms of the quality, the mix, regardless that you sent me it as an MP4 or M4A, whatever it is. It's so fucking good, man, on how you can do this. I don't get it. You need to be sponsored by this company, like whatever program you're using to make music. You need to hit them up with these tunes and be like, listen, I used your program to do this. You know what I mean? Where's my paycheck? See, that's the only downside. I did pull up the EQ because it does need like a touch, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, it needs a touch, but you know, nothing major. You know, I was messing around with the sub, but then I noticed like in the higher mids that was starting to get a bit cluttered. The top end was a bit bright, but it needed some higher mids. So, but these are just normal things. When you send a tune to be mastered, these are just normal things. So if I bypass, so all I've done is just brought back that tss, tss, and just emphasize some of the percussion. So again, if you can EQ, if you can do something within that program, definitely bring out around 2K on quite wide bell shape in the percussion, because that's what's lacking in the percussion there, and reduce the shaker. You just need to turn the shaker down, that's it, because that's what I'm trying to home in on there. So yeah, mate. smashed it, mate. So big in the game.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Well, we got the next one by Reverb, a track called Rhythm 7. Now, Gangster Rhythm. So, yeah, he messaged me earlier saying, like, he's quite happy with this one and he can't wait to hear it being played. So, here we go. Let's just do this. Trust me, people. Oh my days. You know what, right? That's 2 tracks now. Last week he came with a banger. This week he's come with a banger. And that's 2 tunes, mate. I need these 2 tunes for the compound dubs. Reverb, talk to me.
I'm not gonna let go. 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 I'm not gonna let go.
Oh my days. Could have left that going, mate. I could have left that going. Is the second drop different? Should we find out? Should we find out?
I'm not gonna let go. Oh baby, yeah.
And that's how we do it. Oh my days. So reverb, fuck's sake, mate, what are you doing to us? A little gem early in the show, you know what I mean? A little something to keep the party going. Absolutely wicked tune that got everybody saying how sick it is. You know what I mean? Velo's already ready for the cut, you know what I mean? So I can't remember, like I do remember the tune last week, and I think we were saying something about it needs to be slower. So I think the pace is quite nice on this. What is it, like 170 or something, or what's the tempo on this bad boy? But other than that, it's really nice, mate. Really nice. So I would definitely be up for wanting to put this with your other tune later in the year. Yeah, 174. I thought it was around that mark. So yeah, I like it. If I was to, where is it? Get this little tingling out. If we just do this might make it too slow. Yeah, see, it's nice, man. Absolutely wicked stuff. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, 174 is too fast, if you know what I mean. It needs to be about anything between 165, 170 at a push. So, if that's doable, then wicked stuff. But no one's making jungle at 174. Only people like Blade Runner and Serum. And come on, let's face it. I'm not say no more. Yeah, 172. Yeah, you need to slow it down. Like that's what I'm saying. You need to slow it down because it sounds way too fast for that style, for that niceness. You know what I mean? And you'll find that everything will just start to flow even better. If you went to 170 at least, you'd notice that things flow nicer, because you got to remember, like, true jungle heads would mix just jungle or liquid, you know what I mean? The more like the people that play across the board and they're like, oh, but I play drum and bass and I like to mix jungle in with it, that, you know what I mean? It's a tricky one. I would definitely slow it down. A few other people in the group are agreeing. It's just when I hear jungle tunes at like 175 or something, I'm just like, wow, that's well fast. But I get it, because some people do it because they want it to be played with other drum and bass tracks. But you know what I mean? Gotta keep it real. Keep it real inside the place.
You murder! You murder! Be popular!
So we're gonna move and groove. But Reverb, I'll drop you a message, and we'll have a little chit chat. Well, yeah, I mean, if the DJ is going to play it on his controller, then yeah, he'll be able to speed it up and keep it the same, the same pitch and whatnot. No, I've got nothing against Serum. I think he's an absolute legend. I think, his skills and what he does is phenomenal. But SRS knows what I'm talking about. People that say I make jungle or they make jungle and they don't. That's where I'm coming from. So yeah, we can't say no more. We're live and direct. Don't want to upset anybody. Don't want to rock the apple cart. Do you know what I mean? Time to get fucking gully. Time to fucking strap in. Man like London's gonna tell us a story. Yo, that was a quick little fade out there. You know what I mean? I was getting into that second half. You know, we gave you the privilege, mate, of going up to nearly 5 minutes on that tune because I know you love your intros, mate. London, that is banging. It's really nice. The twists and turns, where you've took it. It's just the Amen, really fucking bright. Like the Amen is just bright, pure sprite in your face. I've had to do a cut there at like 9 dBs just to harness and rein that flipping that Amen in. Let's put where is it? Stabilizer. Let's see what stabilizer makes of this. Let's bypass this. So I did a cut at 5k. Let's have a look what this is saying. So yeah, that's doing a nice little dance around 3k, 5k. So that's the sort of thing you'd have to use in like the mastering context if you didn't have any other copy. But I would take it a step further. If I had to master it and this was the last thing, I would physically cut where you've got the Amen and when you haven't got the Amen. So here, that needs to be brighter, and this needs to be more dull. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's just a case of whatever you're processing or whatever you've have you gone back then since? Have you sorted the Amen? And if so, where's the fucking update? Where's the update? No, it's all good, man. But the tune's wicked, and this is the sort of thing like the those two bits that you had on Dubplate Culture. There was like real nice jungly bits. I really like them. Like this, I really like this. You know, so again, we need to talk because Gargantua Part 2 is coming up real soon, mate. Like we're literally there, mate. So I think we've got 2 more releases and then we've got that. So yeah, we'll get together real soon, mate. Get the plan together because I was speaking to Scott and I was thinking of trying to do something really special, like do some 12-inch picture discs or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. So yes, mate, keep this one in the back pocket because that one of the tunes you had on Dubplate Culture, I was like, I swear I fucking wanted this tune. Do you know what I mean? I swear I wanted this tune. But it's all good, man. It's nice to see the tunes going out. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's all good. But Cosmos, so Big G did a do in April, you say. I swear like he said like, oh yeah, the next one's going to be April, but I didn't hear nothing. But maybe it was when I was away, because I was actually away in April. It was the end of April. Yeah, I was sort of away, but still didn't get an invite. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to have words with him. I feel a bit left out, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's not nice, mate. So as we move, we've got a pure banger and mash from the One Light Induction. Right, let's just set this off. So Induction, I hope you're still there, bro. Time to shine.
Let's drive through city lights. through city lights and take it slow. Breathe in and scream it loud. My body low, my body low, my body low, my body low, my body low.
Trust me, as always, like we say each and every time, whenever you hear this induction, any tune by induction, it's like an induction sound. You know what I mean? He has this like twist to all of his tunes, man. Like, it's just, I don't know what you do, mate, but I wouldn't need to know like who made it. I would just say that's an induction tune. You just know, like, you do this certain thing with the hi-hats which are all fizzy and tizzy and nice and stereo. The bass lines are always like, I don't know, like re-triggered in a way where they play fast and then slow, and you know, the kick snare always punch through really well. Mate, like, your production's top, and it's been top for a long time, mate, so it's really nice to hear something new. I love the switch. Everyone in the chat was saying it's a really nice switch as well. I think when you get to this level of like because obviously you can all make tunes, you can all write tunes, you know, and arrangement is always key to any tune. You know, you can have the baddest tune, but if the arrangement's wrong, it can just be weird. You know, it might feel a bit disjointed, but this rolls, and it's kind of like everything happens at the right time. You know, instead of it coming back round again, you've done a switch. It's really nice, keeps you listening. You know, we cut it off at 4.5 minutes, and we were still listening. You know, Vito even asked for the rewind, but sorry, mate, you need two people. You need two people for a reload. But mate, I think you posted it up saying that it's forthcoming on your label. Another thing about this is, like, have you ever sent anything to, you know, Crewcast or D&B All Stars and stuff like that? Because I get loads of, like, this is more like Nero funk side, you know, side of things, and I do get quite a lot of stuff which is sort of similar to this from D&B All Stars, you know, and I don't get why I don't get an email from D&B All Stars with one of your tunes saying like, oh, can you work on this? because you're right up there on that level. Do you know what I mean? So you've done really, really well. It's mad. I don't know if it's because, like I say, it's like on that more Nero funk vibe. But I get, you know, sent all different types of stuff from D&B All Stars, like, and I mean all different types. It ain't just jump up; they do all sorts of stuff, mate. You know. But have you tried, you know, the other label, Crewcast? Because I get the odd bit from them as well. But yeah, mate, you're doing the right thing by doing your own platform, your own releases, because, as they say, you can only be as big as the label you're on. So if you can smash it out the ballpark, then you'll be big in Addy game, mate. So big ups, mate. Really appreciate you sending that. Really, really nice. So stepping up, stepping in. Yeah, they're tough cookies, mate. You have to keep bombarding them. You have to keep bombarding them, because it's like, for example, right, there's this tune that Solo made, and I sort of jumped on the back of it. I did the vocals on it, and he was like, mate, you know, you've rearranged the vocals, you've rearranged the tune so much that let's call it a collab. And I was like, well, it's not really my thing, but yeah, why not? Because, you know, it's a good tune. And we were sending it like everywhere, and we sent it to D&B All Stars, and they said a similar thing, like, it's a nice tune, but you need to keep following up with more. And I was saying to him, I don't have that time, so you would have to keep following up with more and more and more tunes. And it's the same thing with Hospital. They was like, oh, there's something about the drums, blah blah blah, but yeah, I really like it. Have you got anything else? And it's like, I can't do that. I'm not in that position to sit there making fucking tunes all day, you know, like I did do years ago. But he got it signed to this one label, and they was asking for like stems, and was asking for this, and was asking for that, and I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like, they wanted to change it up. I was like, nah mate. Like, the way they were going on about this tune was like, we've been making music for a minute, and I was thinking like, fucking hell, do you know what I mean? It pissed me off that much. I just sent it to Danny at Suburban Bass, and he went, yeah, I'll sign it as it is, but you need a remix. You need to get someone to do a remix of it, so it kind of you know, it has more of an appeal. So I just said like, yeah, I'll see if I can pull in some favours. So we're doing a jungle mix of it, like, when we get time. We just jump online on Zoom, and we just fucking spend an hour here and there. But yeah, so hopefully that'll be forthcoming on Suburban Bass's Lave series. Everyone's on this like Lave series now, like Kemet Records, they're now on this Lave series. You know, I spoke to Mark at Kemet about doing Laves last year, June, July last year, and he was all like, oh no, we do vinyl. But slowly but surely, some of these people, you know, they're all doing bits. So yeah, mate. But yeah, Induction, just keep doing what you're doing, mate. You know, push your own label, push your own brand, and then before you know it, people will be asking you to do remixes for them. Do you know what I mean? So stepping up, stepping in.
You murder! What you want about? The perfect lad.
Man like Neil. Some Neil S. Understanding Fire. I recognise that sample. Bad man tune. And there it is. The rewind. Oh, it's doing my head in. What is that sample from? Like, it's doing my head in, man. That sample what you're looping there, like, it's on another tune. What's it from? So look, that's sides only, and you can hear the bass, but I'll put it in left. See, the top fizzy part of the bass is gone now, the tune's playing in right only. If I play it in left, you can hear the bass lot. Right, my DJ. So literally, I just want to pull up this why the bass is in the left. So, where is it? So if we play it in left only, listen to the buzzy part of the bass, not the sub, but the buzz part. Hang on, you might be here. Yeah. So hang on, let's just loop it here. It's gonna be so much easier to hear. Right, so look, left only, yeah? Now I'm going to play it in right. There's no bass, it's just sub. Back to left. Mono. So that's what I'm saying. So like in the headphones, I was like, why is the bass just on the left? Right, yeah, so the distortion, for some reason, is panned over to the left. So you're going to want to centre that up. And that would be better. Pure secret squirrel. So this is another head fuck. So let's play it. And then we'll do left, right switch. Now it's playing in the right. Now back to the left. So there you go, mate. So yeah, it was just weird how I picked up on that. It's proper aggressive, like it's really churning out. I do like this Amon. Hang on. But it comes to that, I can't remember what that break is. You know, this like live. I mean, that break is cool. It's sort of like, you know, like DJ Hype, when they used to use that break. And I remember Swift, like Manfred Swift, telling me a story about this, right, years ago. And it came about because I asked him, how did you do them drums in the track High Tech? Because I said, it's like there's nothing else out there like it. Like that tune itself just has this vibe and feel. The drums are just fucking punishing. Like no one's done that. So how did you do it? And he said it was by mistake. Him and Pascal or something was in the studio, and something about someone slipped or something, and the hand just pushed all the faders up on the drums on the mixing desk, and that's how it sounded. So they were like, fuck. And it would, you know what I mean, they just real time recorded it back in, like also known as resampling, and that's how they got that vibe. That's how they got that feel on them drums. So it's a similar thing where if you listen to some of the DJ Hype tunes or even Zinc tunes from around 2000 to say mid 2000 to 2005, that era of drum and bass, you'll notice that a lot of their drums are like that, what you've got, this live break, but it's like it's crunched out, like they've saturated it to fuck, to the point where you're like, you know the break, but why does it sound so like nice and crunched, and it's just pure distortion. But back in them days, they were doing it by running it hot into outboard gear, like the desk or the DAT player or whatever, you know what I mean? Because let's face it, we didn't have quite luxuries that we have now. So yeah, just food for thought on that one. But Neil, it's a sick tune, mate, like really well put together, and considering it's from like 2005, I don't know where you've took it from since then, but yeah, interesting. Is that something that we're going to see on the NSWK label? Because yeah, man, it's sounding nice. So stepping in my DJ. We got man like Wenlock in the place. Oh yeah, but Brett, like some of those things you do where like you're using them people's voices to do adverts or just general what's it called, flipping advertising and stuff. It makes me laugh. Some of those bits you sent me, I need to use one for the show. Oh mate. Oh okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, mate, I've got so many tunes that I made. In fact, Wenlock knows about this, that I've unearthed a fucking whole heap of tracks from 98, 99, 2000-ish. Some of them, like, they're all on this vibe. The majority of them are on this vibe, that what, you know, we've just played. But there's one or two that could pass as, like, a bit of jungle. And there's one that I definitely want to put out. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, there's a lot that I'd love if I had the projects or I could remake them. That'd be sick. There's a tune I've got that I'm hoping to put out. I need to speak to certain people to see if they're happy for it to happen, because is, I can't really say anything, but there's a vocal on it that was recorded at mine back in the day, like 2005, 2006. But I don't want it to lead to, you know, bullshit. So I need to speak to them and say, like, how do we, you know, where do we sit by using this tune? I'd love to put it out because it's kind of ready now. It'll fit now, you know, for like jungle. Anyway, Wenlock, Night Shift. Man sent me this on his night shift, you know what I mean? Okay, now, mate. A little skip there. Yo, mate, Mate. Hang on. Message coming in from Brett. The shaker was a dog panting. Jesus Christ. Well, whatever floats your boat, mate. And that's the thing. Using like them sort of sounds and, you know, real sounds and stuff is, I think it makes tunes more interesting. Do you know what I mean? So Wenlock, fucking hell, man, this tune's like proper storytelling. It's like I can imagine hearing something like this on like a game, you know, like I don't know, a game. You know, I definitely can hear this on a game. So the tune's cool, like the production, the writing, everything's cool. And this is like going back to that, you know, like what you used to send where you've got like that hardcore vibe, but you're using like, it's more like bleep, you know what I mean, like bleep techno and shit like that. It's along them lines of bleep. I swear you was using some sort of sword samples, like from like, you know, Kung Fu film or something. I swear I heard something like that in the tune. Don't know, you have to let me know, mate. Sounded like some shadowboxing business. But again, are we going to be seeing this on Wendubs or NSWK? These guys are just like, fuck it, we do our own thing. And this is what I'm saying, people, you know, running your own label, it might be time consuming, it might be hard work and stuff, but you know, if you're sick of waiting for labels to get back to you or waiting for people to flipping help push you, and you're like, you know what, I'll just do it myself. You know, you've got opportunities to do this yourself. And if you make, like, this is the way I see it. If you make jungle or like hardcore, like old hardcore sort of old school stuff, that does well on vinyl, you know. And I think this is why the Lave movement is just really fucking, you know, took off. Because it gives anybody a chance now to just do 10, 20, 30 copies. You know, you ain't got to take that risk of getting 100 copies and then you only sell less than half, or 300 copies and you only sell, you know, a handful. You know, you can just get 10, 20, 30, whatever, and off you go. You start building your fan club. Whereas like with Jump Up or Nero or, you know, that side of drum and bass, you don't really see that on vinyl now, you know, because it's music for the controllers. And I feel that's why that style of music is becoming more and more like shorter, like 2.5 minute tune, 3 minute tune. The amount of tunes I get sent to master which are like 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, and I think to myself, I get it, I get why, because there's no point in looping the tune, you know, going back to a second drop. There's no point, because these kids, we'll say kids, you know what I mean, because the majority of these people that are pushing this 2 minute sort of you know, style of music is kids, and they see it as, well, what's the point? Because if you're going to run out of tune because it's coming to the end, they just press a button and it's back to the drop again, and it's all done in like in a synced mode. So it's very clever, you know, and there's people out there that will utilize those ways of means and become next level at something. But you know, it's a tricky one. So for example, like I was given 2 tunes to cut on a 12-inch record, and they was like, we need 40 copies of this, and I'm like, but the tracks are only 3.5 minutes long. You sure you don't want to do it on a 10 or a 7-inch? And they're like, no, I want to keep it like authentic, do it on a 12. And I'm just like, but it's going to be the edge of the record, like literally you're going to be using just the outer edge. And they were saying about, well, can't you, you know, span it out so, you know, it covers more of the disc space? And I said, but that's not the point. The point is to try and get the grooves packed neat and tidy without them over, you know, kissing one another or overlapping. And the high fidelity of the record is near the edge anyway, so you know, having it spanned right to the middle is more like an aesthetic sort of thing. It's a visual thing. Oh, you've got to fill up the disc. No, you just got to get the cut so it sounds great. And if it means using a little bit of the disc or using more, then so be it. But yeah, they ended up going with these 12-inch records, and literally, I'm not joking, the tune was just like tiny bit of information on the disc, and I was thinking to myself, it's such a waste, man. Like, you could have put 2 tunes on one side and it still would have sounded great, you know what I mean? But anyway, we're sidetracking. But Wenlock, what's happening with the tune then, peeps? What's happening with it? Mate, Niels, I ain't gonna forget you, mate. Don't worry about it. This is how we do it. This is how we move. Yeah, so we're gonna see it on your label, guys. No idea yet. No idea. I like it, mate. It is like bleep hardcore, should we say? Right, we're going across the pond, and he's been very quiet tonight. He has. I'm just having a quick scroll to see if he said anything, but he's been very quiet. Man like SRS, my DJ. I know, I don't know what's up with me tonight. I've just been fucking pure chatterbox, you know what I mean? Right, so, man like Wenlock, the fucking Russell Hobbs, you know what I mean? Let's do this. Yeah, see, this is what tends to happen. Just bare flames. So there we have it. Man like SRS just comes in, blesses up the place as always. I think that the tune is an absolute fucking wanger, mate. You know, pure bangers and mash. It would have been nice to... I mean, it does come back in here. But I felt like it's coming too late. We didn't even get to that bit. So maybe... look at some part of the arrangement there, because I you know, as soon as this was all in here, and I think that's what Cosmos was referring to, like the reggae sample, the stab. It kind of goes off time a bit, and he says it's gone wonky. So. There's one bit that I felt would have been nice to help create more impact, and this is just like a personal opinion on what you could do to create a bit more impact on the drop. So when the vocal comes in, I think it would be nice, like, to fade the... to just fade that everything out, like, you know, the drums. So fade the drums and the reggae sample out as the vocals start, so that fades out and it's just the vocal. Because it's kind of like on that oh, what label is it? It was like Full Cycles later on. You know, like Dope Dragon and shit like that. It's like on that vibe where it's like drop, drop, drop. It's like, it's not in a time. It's all like disjointed, which is cool. I like that sort of thing. But yeah, I think you ain't going to be able to do it with this. This is why Reaper needs to come with its fucking stem separation and hurry up about it. So... you know what I mean? So it's just the vocal, like it just fades out here. Do you know what I mean? As we drop, 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 and then it just comes in, but you know, the guitar and the drums are faded down a bit. Yeah, I really like this, like to the point where the tune's got like big potential, because straight away everybody was like, reload. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we want. We want that impact to make people go, yeah, fucking hell, like reload. And you know, you just didn't get like 2 people, you know, everybody was like fucking reload. The Amen feels a bit cut off in the tops, but these are all just like minor things, and I think, you know, again, if no one's taking this would be, again, another tune I'd like, because you did send me, you know, quite a lot of tunes, and it's another thing we need to do. We need to go over what tunes I've got of yours, because I remember you saying, oh, you want to go back to some of them and, you know, edit them and stuff like that, which is cool. So we just need to get 2 solid tunes from you so we can bang that out this year. But this is one of them. Like, I would love to have this. We just need to do a little chip chop, you know what I mean, edit, and we'll move on. But it's a big tune, mate.
118.
As we move, time to slow down the vibe, because we got man like Drillo Jizzle, you know what I mean? So if you're still here, bro, give me a sign.
I don't know what you went through. I don't know what you're going through. I didn't wear the shoes you wore when you were a kid. I didn't grow up in your folk house. I didn't have your United family. I don't know shit about you. So guess what I do? Shut the fuck up. Because real men don't say shit.
Think it's time that we all got real. Rats back track don't make man real. Rats back rats don't make man real. Rats back cats don't make man real. Show you mistake, that makes man real. Ain't got cake, that makes man real. Just had a breakup makes man real. Cause nobody's perfect, that's just real. Think it's time that we all got real. Rats back track don't make man real. Rats back rats don't make man real. Rats back cats don't make man real. Show you mistakes, that makes man real. Ain't got cake, that makes man real. Just had a breakup makes man real. Cause nobody's perfect, that's just real. Been a minute, ain't level with you. Guess you due for a real talk. A lot of man riding bird, a lot of man on the wing, giving that jail talk. Cause the roads is fake, low egos when freedom's at stake. Man start giving out names and addresses, man start
Yeah, I was wondering, you know what I mean, where was you all? You know?
good ones,
My God, no way. Boom, Brahma. Hey, Nigeria. That's that tune that we play a while ago. Lift it up and shut. I knew I
I didn't grow up in your folk house. I ain't had your United family. I don't know shit about you. So guess what I do? Shut the fuck up. Real men don't say shit.
It's time that we all got real. Rats back track don't make man real. Rats back rats don't make man real. Rats back cats don't make man real. Show you mistake, that makes man real. Ain't got cake, that makes man real. Just had a breakup makes man real. Cause nobody's perfect, that's just real. Think it's time that we all got real. Rats back track don't make man real. Rats back rats don't make man real. Rats back cats don't make man real. Show you mistakes, that makes man real. Ain't got cake, that makes man real. Just had a breakup makes man real. Cause nobody's perfect, that's just real. Been a minute, ain't level with you. Guess you due for a real talk. A lot of man riding bird, a lot of man on the wing, giving that jail talk. Cause the roads is fake, low egos when freedom's at stake. Man start giving out names and addresses, man start giving out places, dates. Your mixed-race friend that grew up in Dartford knows that he grew up with racist mates. But he had to hold that L when they told those monkey jokes in the council of the state. Hoping to say that old cliche, he's not like the rest, he's one of the good ones. Said he met his friends from inner city London, now he's too black, he's one of the hood ones. I still hope and pray that one day we're united. And a black boy dead from knife crime, don't get the EDL overexcited. Eco-friendly, going up the M-way, man I gotta do it in a hybrid. Man I had that 8-ball when the feds started searching my way. Nervous sweat on my forehead, plus my breathing's irregular. Now they wanna talk about section 60, why they taking my cellular. But I got meetings in the morning, this is off my day, man's boring. That's about the time to put the cuffs on, and right back then I stopped talking. Think it's time that we all got real. Rats back track don't make man real. Rats back rats don't make man real. Rats back cats don't make man real. Show you mistake, that makes man real. Ain't got cake, that makes man real. Just had a breakup makes man real. Cause nobody's perfect, that's just real. Think it's time that we all got real. Rats back track don't make man real. Rats back rats don't make man real. Rats back cats don't make man real. Show you mistakes, that makes man real. Ain't got cake, that makes man real. Just had a breakup makes man real. Cause nobody's perfect, that's just real. Well, you know about trying to sell drugs and you're making less than your friend in Argos. Real life, no joke, no laugh, cuz. Well, you thought it's a scene in Narcos. Been to the tea house, gotta take your Narcos. Cost of living came down on us hard. And the man them tending the crops. Way more dedication than the farmers. Godson with a pen known as the borrowers. But I still get man clipped with the llamas. Road that I walk in, life is lonely. Cause I've been snaked and attacked by my homies. So please don't try act like you know me. People act like they wanna see you lift off. Really, they want you like take off Kobe. Alright, Kobe, Rosie. Good die young, that means they're the greatest. Goes for the famous, goes for the nameless. Whether a man just worked in Greg's, whether a man's every day in the paper. So I don't rate no one of popularity, just like the stock market that changes. And it don't matter if you did man favors. When your stars out, it's out for ages. Celebrate you today, tomorrow I mean on the timeline. So you gotta go to your family home, log out when you find time. All the hoes when I holler in the night time, looking for a VIP table to find dine. But me, I wanna make peace, so somebody teach me crypto in hindsight. Think it's time that we all got real. Rats back track don't make man real. Rats back rats don't make man real. Rats back cats don't make man real. Show you mistake, that makes man real. Ain't got cake, that makes man real. Just had a breakup makes man real. Cause nobody's perfect, that's just real. Think it's time that we all got real. Rats back track don't make man real. Rats back rats don't make man real. Rats back cats don't make man real. Show you mistakes, that makes man real. Ain't got cake, that makes man real. Just had a breakup makes man real. Cause nobody's perfect, that's just real.
Yo, oh my days. Oh my days. So, mate, you know, it's a banging tune and it's what we've always been wanting, to hear, your tracks with vocals on. So it's really, really nice. Like, Cosmos is asking for the fucking rewind even when the tune's finished. You know what I mean? So, you know me, I love Saskiller. I think Saskiller is fucking brilliant. I'm so glad that you're mixing his vocals in with your tune, and it's not a case of you're given these vocals to work with and then, you know, you have to give it to someone else to sort of touch up or whatever. Like, I'm so glad that you're just been persisting in working working with this and improving. But what do you mean it's your first track ever? Like, the first tune you did with Saskiller? I'm waiting for you to do a tune with Ten Dixon. Fucking mate, I'm surprised. Like, you know the tune Marge? It's coming out on their album, right? You need to remix that. I'm telling you, mate. Like, there's a track they did called Marge. Oh, is it? So it's the first track you ever sent in. Oh, mate, I'm sorry, we can't play the tunes twice. I'm sorry, mate. But I guess I tell you something, you must have twisted it up and done something, because it sounds cool. It sounds really nice. If anything, it's just too long. The track's too long. Here. That would have been nice just to finish it there. You know, just done it here, mate. I mean, even that is nearly 4 minutes. It's a long tune for a drill tune, in my opinion. You know, there was a section here.
Makes man real. Just had a break up, makes man real, cause nobody's perfect, that's just real. Well, you know about.
See this bit here, right? After he's finished the hook.
It's perfect, that's just real.
This would be nice as a mid-late. Just a little something, because you've got something going on in the intro.
I don't know what you're going through. I didn't wear the shoes you wore when you were a kid. I didn't grow up in your folk.
See, in theory, you could use a little bit of that again, you know, just to break up, because I just felt like it would have been nice, because you've broken the tune down, and it would have been nice just to hear, like, Saskiller just saying something, or just like, you know, what you used on the sample at the start, you know, just to sort of give you a breather.
Man real, ain't got cake, that makes man real. Just had a break up, makes man real, cause nobody's perfect, that's just real. Well, you know about trying to sell drugs.
But see how he comes back in there?
Well, you know about trying to sell drugs and you're making less than your friend in Argos. Real life, no joke, no laugh, cuz. Well, you thought it's a scene in Narcos. Been to the tea house, gotta take your Narcos. Cost of living came down and it's hard. And the man them tending the crops, way more dedication than the farmers got.
And then you could come in there, like, if you know what I mean. Then started there. I know it would make the tune a bit disjointed in the way you've made it, but try and throw in that mid-late and it will help give a bit of a breather to the tune. I think it would help break it up a bit, because of the nature of what's going on, I think it'd be cool. But again, I'm just going off what a lot of people are saying. Like, for example, I know we've been referring to a lot of like labels and mastering and blah blah blah, but it's just a great way of me just sort of trying to get my thoughts across from what I hear all the time. And it's like, for example, I'd master a tune and then like a month or so later they'll say, oh, it's this tune again, but we've done a radio edit, because the label wants a radio edit, they want a shorter mix. So from what I've been discovering is a lot of these tunes, like especially like drill or you know, in that nature, needs to be around 3 minutes, you know, or 3.5 minutes, because you've got like an intro, like a story intro theme. So 3.5 minutes possibly. Yours is going up to close to 4 minutes, and we even chopped off that end bit. So yeah, I mean, 2 minutes is fine in this style of music, and the reason being again is because by the times you get to the start to the end, you've heard it. But does it make you want to play it again? Whereas if the tune was like 2 minutes, nearly 3 minutes, it'll come to the end and you'll go, I want more, so I'm going to play it again. And you play it again. So you're just building up the plays, and that's all what these labels and people seem to be wanting at the moment is just plays. It's like people wanting likes on their post. For some reason, people need the likes to make them feel better. I don't get it, but I blame the kids. You know what I mean? Like, they're fucking just fucking shit up. That's what I'm saying. We keep it jungle. We keep it original. You know what I mean? So yeah, sick. You've got to, mate. I think you just got to bring them down. But I spoke to Nikki today. It was only briefly anyway, because she has been trying to get hold of me for fucking ages. And yeah, I need to have a good catch up with her tomorrow. But yes, deep tuned. What we're saying, mate. I hope you're good, man. Yeah, plays get you paid once you've like 500 subs in. You know, it's like Jungle Rhythms. I don't know if Jungle Rhythms is lurking like a gherkin in the background, but I know man is definitely getting paid off fucking YouTube because he's got over 500 subs. I think he's like 500, 600, 700 now. And once you hit that mark, you can monetize. So peeps, if you're not following me on YouTube, you'll find me anyway. So there's 2 accounts on there. There's a DAPS one, which is really old. And then there's a Compound Audio one. So peeps, we're on the last one, the last tune.
Bruh.
Right, so Ride is going back to his roots with jungle. You know what I mean? Anyway, peeps, just before we get into the the Grant from Lurker. Shit. Okay, right. Before we play the last one, if anybody's going live or anybody's like going to spin the decks in the next 10 minutes or so, then I'll raid into you. Otherwise, we will have a look who's online as always. So, oh shit, last tune of the night. Why the fuck Reaper doing its own thing again? And it's a track called Keep Going Master V1. So it doesn't look like a master to me. It looks too spiky. So if this is you, show us a sign. This how could I forget? Oh my days. I'm surprised he's not in the chat actually. This is DJ Magic Touch. So Magic, if you're there, bro, show us a sign. Let's do this. Last tune. Well, tonight was in no particular order apart from Ride. Ride always has to start off the show. You know how it is. Hey. And just so you know, this is forthcoming on Compound Dubs. He sent me about fucking 12 tunes. I was like, bro, this is so difficult to choose like 4. So I chose 4 tunes. This is one of them. And that's it, people. That's how we do it. That's how we move. So, peeps, I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the show inside. Having a quick look, who's online. Big ups, Mrs. Gold. Big ups, everybody that's been locked in from the start. Just going to play this little beast in the background again for those that missed it. Check it out, man. Big ups, Velo, yeah? I'm so jealous of that fucking 1210 that you've got, mate. Sick in the game. So sick.
Watch this.
So yeah, big ups London, as always, bro. Big ups Ride, big ups everybody inside. So again, a little something from again, a little something for myself, remix for JA, Blackout JA. So yeah, still needs a little something going on there. But peeps, big ups as always. Can't do it without you. So get the tune sent in, feedback at compoundaudio.net, or just hit me up on Facebook and say you need to send a tune. But I've got it in the track, in the stream title, the link anyway. So you know how it is. But SRS, we need to have a little catch up. I need to have a catch up with a lot of people. It's just been so busy lately. It's just been hard to fucking find the time. But yeah, big ups as always. Reverb, like I say, we need to sort out your two tunes as well, and we'll go from there. But guys, I will see you on the side. If we have 10 tunes next week, we'll do a stream next week. So let's fucking roll. Big ups as always. Take care, and you'll see the stream tomorrow on YouTube for those that missed it. Peace.
Yo, Daps, what up, what up?